Good evening.
Good evening.
We are here, and once again, it is our great pleasure to be in your reality. We are gathered here with you this evening outside of Denver, in the early moon of June, to transmit to you and share with you some important ideas. Our vehicle gave you a bit of background information about energy, about herself, the nature of the cosmos, and about what the weather is for this summer. Cosmic weather, that is. And you know, it's always good to have a little bit of foreknowledge, to understand what's coming, what things are about. We will expound and expand upon what our vehicle shared with you. You are soul spirits. You are indestructible. You venture forth throughout the multiverse as conscious beings, moving from one venue of reality to another. You have lived many lives, and more than those just on Earth. You are coming to a time where the cosmic mind must awaken. And that cosmic mind will connect you with understandings about your role on Earth, your spirit self, the self that journeys through time and existence, and also it will connect you with a realization that you are part of a much larger family. It all sounds like it can be quite beneficial and ideal, but there are forces that do not want you to understand your part in the multiverse. You live in a populated existence. You are not isolated or at the top of the pyramid when it comes to intelligence. As a matter of course, you have much to learn. You have much ignorance to recognize and to toss away. You are dynamic beings. You are highly creative. You are adventurous. You are bold. You are blessed. You are graced. You are special. You are unique. We would like you to embrace that. Most important, if you can accept yourself as a dynamic being, you can have a lot more fun and a much better life on the planet. You are not here to struggle or to battle forces. You are here to awaken inside. And that is how you will change your world, by changing the way you see yourself and the world at large. Now, granted, you are a product of your education systems, product of your times. So you are here to make the most of this opportunity in life, this biological being that you are. You're not simply here to reproduce, to work, to die, to be a product of the state, and then to figure it out and to be mad at the state, or to look at history and say, oh, the extraterrestrials came in to control us. You are not that wimpy. You are not that insignificant. You are co-creators. And the interesting thing about being a co-creator and living many lives is sometimes these lives are simultaneously being experienced. And in the larger sense, you may have to take a glance and recognize that some of these extraterrestrials might be connected to you. They may not be a us against them force. We want to emphasize to you that reality is not as you believe it. Everything is moving energy. Dynamic moving energy. That energy has vitality, and all forms of consciousness throughout the multiverse use that energy. Certainly, long ago, your Earth, attracted to itself or co-created, however you want to say it, or was invaded by forces that appeared to, over time, really control you. But you must ask yourself, why is this Earth's history? What is the cause and effect of this? Everything happens for a reason. And one of the laws of existence is, as you do, it shall come back to you. And you have the freedom to create whatever you want. So in larger terms, larger than 500,000 years, certainly, in much larger terms, there are cycles of existence that create events, and those events come around again to be re-experienced, rethought of, reimagined. You are, this summer, going to reimagine yourself as a species, all people. By autumn, many, many, many things will be rearranged. As we say these words to you, check inside and see, where does that disturb you? Do you feel unprepared? Everyone is unprepared, so don't isolate yourself. Do you understand? You are all unprepared to a certain degree for what is coming. And yet each of you has guidance. You have forces of existence that you don't even recognize. And as long as you can help be really clear about your purpose, your significance, and how you want to use the energy, you give it something to flow into. These are the most extraordinary times. And as we have said, everything that you have been preparing for yourselves for years, this is the summer you have been preparing for. This summer is the beginning of many, many things. It is an awakening across the board in humanity. Sometimes when you awaken, it depends upon the mood that you are in. Some people have been very, very aware of many things. We know many of you in this room have studied. You have looked at the hidden history. You have looked at the mischief of the military, of governments, of all these things. But don't get so focused on that. Focus on this awakening of energy, something you cannot understand. We call it the flowering of consciousness. If you get so obsessed on one thing, as the energy goes faster and faster and faster, that's all you will have in your existence. And if you are not clear, this energy can fry you, like getting struck with lightning or something. This is quick, fast energy. It's pushing. It wants to move. So you must get out of your own way. Now, there's lots of issues hanging over everyone. Finance, that's very basic. That's the root chakra. Can I survive? What kind of money am I going to have? Food, water, all these things. They've all been under pressure for a long time. Why? Well, the missing component across the planet is that you do not recognize that there is consciousness in all things. People contrive events. They initiate shenanigans. Forces play with your mind, and then they blow up events to mediate the world with fear, to push agendas. The controls around the human mind will be in extreme behavior this summer. The media will manipulate you as never before. And so you must take charge of your lives. And you must help those around you by suggesting to do things that involve no kind of electronic interference. To have real experiences. To slow down a bit and not to be in such a mindless race towards the edges of the cliffs. There will be systemic disruptions, breakdowns, travel, electrical grids, power, food supplies. These things are all beginning to be challenged. They will be more so. That's why we encourage you to find your own independence and to live in a community or an area or around people that have some mindfulness. We encourage you to gain your independence and to take on your own creativity, to learn how to provide for yourselves.